Namaste and welcome back to the Asana Sana Yoga Studio. My name is Sana, and today's Free Flow Friday is going to be focusing on our digestive tract. So this flow is meant to stimulate all of those good digestive juices in our tummies and our guts, getting all those good bugs and those muscles working to help, move things along. And I think as we're going into the weekend, we're having a little bit more fun. Where I live, it's starting to get a little bit more warm. Things are starting to open up again. So if you're going out to try new restaurants or try new recipes you've never tried before, hopefully this Free Flow Friday digestion stimulation flow should get things going. So from here, let's have a seat, get ourselves nice and grounded. Find ourselves here in easy seat in Sukhasana. Go ahead and switch those legs around as always so we can make sure we're getting our good proper alignment. Go ahead and spread the flesh of your sits bones to the side so you can find yourself nice and upright and in the proper position here. And as always, we're going to start our practice today by grounding ourselves and by setting some intentions. So let's take some 3 deep breaths into the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more together. Last big breath. And with that, let's release the stress of the day. Let's be excited we're here in our yoga class. Go ahead and flutter your eyes shut if you can. Just relax your hands on your lap or on your knees here. And let's just think about our intentions before we start class. What are some intentions you can set before? And if you're not sure what to say, I'll go ahead and set my own intentions and I'll share them with you. I intend to send you all through a really good stimulating digestive flow. Hopefully we can use our bodies in ways we never thought we could before and maybe thank our bodies for helping us through the day. So those are my intentions. I hope yours are set you up for a successful class as well. So breathing into our intentions. Awesome. Let's clap our hands together, rub our hands. Go ahead and wash the face. Stretching the arms up. Let's get started with class. Great. Let's begin our warm-up starting with our neck. Let's just take a nice, gentle shaking our head no from right to left. Just relax. No need to rush ourselves going fast. If you'd like, you can move your nose a little bit wider as we warm up the muscle just a bit more here. But no need to jump right into those wide nose here. Go ahead, turn that down a little bit so we don't get copyright infringement issues. Excellent. And after this last exhale, let's slow ourselves down, bringing ourselves back down to center here. And let's begin to nod our head yes. Just gentle yeses here. No need to start so far back, just warming up those neck muscles, letting everything open up. Feeling good. All right. Just nodding. Opening up our head. Open up our neck muscles. Warming up the upper body here. Excellent. Let's slow it down back to center. And let's just start to rotate our head face into circles here. Just like this. Doesn't matter which way you go first. Yogi's choice. I'm just going to keep my eyes shut because motion sickness. If you know, you know. Excellent. Let's slow ourselves back down to stillness here and reverse, going the opposite direction. Excellent. Let's slow ourselves down to center here. Wonderful. And let's inhale, bringing those hands out to a T. Let's drop that right ear to that right shoulder, using our right palm to gently provide a little bit of leverage, dropping that left arm into a 45-degree angle. As we exhale, allow those muscles to relax as we stretch out our neck and our trapezoid muscles. Or trapezius. Is it trapezius or trapezoid? Trapezius. Trapezoid's the shape. It's where they get their name from, though. Excellent. Let's inhale, bringing that head up once more. Let's turn our head down to the right, dropping that chin. Let's use that right palm once more to go ahead and provide a little leverage, stretching up the back of that neck there. Energetically sending our breath to those muscles there, stretching out the back. Excellent. Let's inhale, bringing our head back up to center, those arms out to a T. Let's exhale, dropping that left ear down to our left shoulder, bringing that left palm up onto the side of the head here, using as a leverage, dropping that right arm at a 45-degree angle. Exhaling into that stretch, stretching out the side of the neck and the trapezius muscles. Opening up that fascia lines too as well on the top of the arm there. And make sure when you are holding these positions, you're dropping your shoulder down away from your other ear. And with that being said, let's inhale, bringing our head up to the center here, turning facing the left. Let's exhale, dropping that chin down, using that left hand, pulling the neck down a little bit to open up those back muscles. And make sure you're dropping your shoulder here on one side. Breathing into that stretch. Excellent. Exhale, releasing the arm, coming back to center. Let's take this arms once more, clasping our fingers together. Let's gently nudge, exhaling, dropping our head back, using our knuckles here to gently push our head back, opening up the front of our throat, getting ready for our flow. Keeping our shoulders down, you really just want to feel a nice stretch in the front here. Let's inhale, bringing ourselves up to center, taking the hands, this time clasping them overhead, and exhaling, dropping that chin to our chest here, using our hands as a gentle weight, stretching out our neck. Excellent. Let's inhale, release, rolling out the shoulders a little bit here. Let's place our hands on the mat next to us, lightly fingertips down. Just speaking of shoulders, start to warm up our shoulders by rolling our shoulders up and in front. Just roll them out, breathing gently. Breathing into that gentle shoulder massage. Trying not to yawn on camera, the usual. Excellent. Inhale, rotate the shoulders the opposite direction here. Excellent. Doing good. Rolling the shoulders. Opening it up. Let's rotate shoulders, alternating the roll here. Maybe rolling a little bit back. Bringing ourselves here to stillness. Let's inhale those hands up overhead. Exhale, dropping that right hand down the back. Let's use our left palm here to grab that right elbow. Exhaling that right hand down the back as we begin to stretch out the rest of our shoulder muscles and our shoulder cap here. Go ahead and breathe right into that stretch, feeling the arm opening. Feels really good. Excellent. Wonderful. Let's inhale those arms up once more. Taking our right arm coming around that back there, left hand grabbing the wrist, exhaling, pulling that arm gently behind you. Maybe dropping that left ear to that left shoulder, stretching out those shoulders and the trapezius muscles a little more. That's what happens when you study a little bit. You start seeing, the shape names when you meant the muscle names. Ugh, it happens to the best of us. Excellent. Inhale those arms out to a T, bringing that head up to center. Let's bring our right arm across. Exhaling, stretching the right arm across. Really pulling ourselves, feeling that arm opening up. Breathing into the stretch. Feels really good. Excellent. Let's inhale those hands out and up once more. And as we exhale, this time dropping that left arm down the back, using the right arm to pull that left arm, stretching out the shoulder here and the obliques. Breathing into that stretch. Excellent. Inhale, releasing the arm. Let's bring that left arm around the back, this time using the right to grab that left wrist. Exhaling, opening the other part of the shoulder. Turning your head, dropping your ear to your shoulder if you'd like a little bit more of a stretch. Excellent. Inhale, bringing your arms back to a T. Let's exhale, bringing that left arm across the front here, using that right arm to bring the arm over for that stretch. Turning your head if you'd like a little bit more of a stretch there and a twist in the neck. Breathing in. Feels good. Wonderful. After our last exhale, let's release our arms, rolling out the shoulders again, warming up, feeling the tension release out of the shoulders. Let's switch our legs once more. So switching them one, whatever was on the top, let's putting that on the top or on the bottom, and then vice versa. Spreading our sits bones muscles once more, getting ourselves nice and realigned. Let's begin here, taking our hands, putting them on our knees here. Let's inhale, opening the chest, sending the chest out. Proud and strong. Let's exhale, following the belly, coming into a cat. We're just going to do this for a few breaths here, coming to our seated cat-cows, warming up that spine. And with every inhale and exhale, see if you can arch a little bit more, bending a little bit more back, warming up the spine, warming up our hips, shoulders and chest as well. Warming up the body. Feeling good. Excellent. Now, with these movements, let's start to begin to bring ourselves in a little bit of an around the world fashion, coming to the right here. Inhaling forward, exhaling as we cave ourselves back, warming up our spines and obliques to the right and the left. Keep breathing, keeping that natural cadence of breath. Excellent. Let's slow ourselves down, rotating to the opposite way. Exhaling, inhaling, open, exhaling as we come to the back. Doing good. Wonderful. Let's bring ourselves to closure, slowing it down, coming to stillness. Let's inhale those hands up into the sky. From here, let's exhale, turning to the right, stretching out, twisting here, opening up that side body. With each exhale, see if you can get yourself just a little bit deeper into that stretch. I like to send my hands to my lap here, helping my stretch. Excellent. Inhale, bringing our hands up to the sky. Let's exhale, coming to center and readjusting as necessary. Apparently my knees do not like to be in Sukhasana tonight. Taking a deep inhale. Let's turn to the left, exhaling those arms down, coming into that stretch. Breathing deep for a few breaths, and with each exhale, just seeing if you can turn yourself just a little bit more. Twisting a little bit more. Excellent. Inhale our arms right back up to the beginning here. Exhale, turning to the front. Let's go ahead, take a deep breath once more. Placing our right arm in our lap. Let's exhale, sending our left hand over to the side as we come to a seated side bend. Go ahead and face your face to the sky if that's within your practice today. Breathing, feeling that left side stretching open. Opening up those side obliques. Excellent. Inhale our arms back up to the sky here. We're placing that right with that left. Exhaling, sending our right arm over to the side. Sending our face up to the sky in a twist. Holding in that seated side bend. Make sure you keep your chest open, sending your shoulders down away from your ears. You want to feel the twist all the way in your obliques here. Keeping that hip bend to the mat as well. Excellent. Inhale, bringing ourselves up once more. Let's send our arms behind our back, clasping our hands. Exhaling as we bend forward, coming into our forward fold here. And if you're like me and you have rings on, try not to fling your rings off. Breathing into this forward fold. Bending from the hips, allowing that hip stretch to come through. Excellent. Let's inhale ourselves back up. Exhaling, releasing, shaking the hands out. Now let's find ourselves meeting at the top of the mat to get started with our first sun salves. And we're going to do sun salves in our warm-up a little bit different today as we are coming into our nighttime flow. It is nice to kind of have the sun salutation and then also a moon salutation to cool our bodies down. And also we're working on our digestion as well. So we want to make sure our body is ready and sending all the energy into our good guts. So starting here, let's align ourselves, getting our feet hip width apart, making sure they're with either a fist or using your hand, making sure they're about hip width apart. Keeping those knees nice and soft. You want to keep them over the ankles. Keeping our hips over our ankles. Let's remember to keep our pelvis in that neutral tilt. It's a bowl. You do not want to spill it out. And also, you don't want to put yourself out too much and duck your back out. Keep your ribs in and down without flaring them. Keeping those rib bones over the hip bones. Roll your shoulders up and back, sending your shoulder blades down your back. Your hands should be able to hang by your side if they are. Keep those ears nice and parallel over your shoulders, your gaze right in front of you, your chin parallel to the floor, and we're ready to get started. Let's inhale those hands up to the sky. Exhale, coming over into a gentle forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, place the hands on the mat. Take a gentle step back as we come down into our plank, knees down if you need to. Inhale, exhale your way down. Inhale, coming up into that cobra pose. From here, taking a deep breath in. Let's curl those toes. Exhale, sending our hips up into the sky. Let's walk out our heels as we're coming into our walking dog. Sending all of our heat and energy to the back of the legs. Let's inhale that right leg up into the sky. Exhaling as we placing it between our hands. Let's go ahead and drop that left knee. Inhale the hands up into the sky. Let's come into our Crescent Low Lunge. Excellent. Let's work that hip just a little bit, opening up that knee, waking up both of the ankles, opening up the iliopsoas and the hip joints. Let's inhale, bringing the hands right back down to the mat. Let's curl those back toes, stepping our right foot back. Let's exhale, coming down. Inhale up into that up dog. Let's curl those toes. Exhale, sending the hips up into the sky. Let's walk out those feet once more. Ooh, really feeling it. And if you're not in the mood to walk those feet out, go ahead and keep your knees down. Keep your knees bent. We just started moving our body. Let's just keep things open. No need to go crazy, right? Excellent. From here, let's slow down our movements. Inhale that left leg this time up into the sky. Exhaling it, placing it between the hands. Drop the right knee down to the mat. Coming into that low crescent lunge here. Go ahead and open up your leg with some static or some movement flowing here. Just an active low lunge. Excellent. Bringing ourselves to stillness. Let's bring those hands back down to the mat. Curling that back toe, straighten that leg out. Send that left leg back down. Exhale, come into that plank. Inhale up into our upward dog here. Let's curl those toes. Exhaling, sending our body back into that downward dog. Let's walk our feet up to our hands. Hanging out in that low lunge here. No need to keep the feet straight. Keep your knees nice and bent. We just started. Let's rotate those hips back and forth, keeping our fingertips on the mat or palms if you're flexible. Opening up our hips. Maybe you've been sitting all day. It's nice to kind of open up those legs, get some blood flowing. Let's slow ourselves down to stillness, bringing the inhale as we come up into a flat back. Exhale, the hands flat down. Let's inhale, coming up to the sky. Exhaling, bringing your hands down in prayer pose. Wonderful. Let's keep that train running. Standing at the top of the mat. Inhale the hands up to the sky. Exhale, coming into that swan dive. Let's inhale, flat back. Exhale, the hands flat to the mat. Stepping back into that plank. Exhale, come on down. Inhale up to our up dog. Let's curl those toes as we take a big inhale. Exhale, sending those hips up into the sky. Walking out those feet once more. See if we can keep our hips or our legs nice, a little bit straighter this time as we find ourselves with a little bit more flexibility after that last flow. Inhale that right foot up into the sky. Exhale, placing it down on the mat. Let's drop that knee once more as we inhale, coming up into that low crescent lunge. Go ahead and make that an active crescent lunge as you inhale and exhale, warming up the iliopsoas, warming up the knees, warming up that ankle. Even lift your foot off the mat there. Get into that. This also helps to stimulate the muscles we'll be using to help to stimulate our digestion. Who knew? All right, let's slow ourselves back down to stillness here. Exhale, let's bring those hands back down on the mat to frame that foot, curling that left foot. Let's straighten it out. Send that right foot back here. Inhale as we exhale, bringing ourselves to the mat. Let's come up into the upward dog here. Still doing good. Let's curl those toes, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, sending those hips up to the sky. Let's walk out those legs. Feel that heat and energy. Allow yourselves to be a little bit more flexible now. Feeling it coming through your knees. Feel your hamstrings loosening up. Feeling your calves opening. Letting your legs stay a little bit more straight this time. Your feet coming a little bit closer to the earth. Let's slow it down, bring ourselves to stillness. Inhale that left foot this time up into the air. Let's exhale, placing the foot on the mat. Drop that right knee. Inhale, coming into that low crescent lunge. Let's make it active. Waking up that iliopsoas, waking up that left hip, opening up that ankle, those toes, the foot, both feet. Even if you want to keep your hands on your waist here, that works good too. Just make sure you don't send your knee over your toes. You cannot replace our knees. They do not regenerate. You have to get a new one. And that's never fun. All right, let's slow it down. Cartwheel those hands back down to the mat. Let's curl that back foot, straightening up into that long lunge, stepping that left foot back. Let's exhale, coming into our upward dog, Here we are. Breathing it out. Let's inhale, curl those toes. Exhale, sending the hips back on the mat. Really stretch yourself out this time, like push yourself. Feel your palms sending all of that heat and energy down to your feet. Feel your heels being pulled into the earth. Allow your body really to stretch. Like use this opportunity to stretch out that lower back, stretch out those feet, stretch out those wrists. Feeling good. All right. Let's release and relax. Let's inhale, walking, hopping, skipping, jumping to the top of the mat to meet the feet. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, bring those hands back to the mat. Let's inhale, coming all the way down here. Woo. I like that. I love those flows. When we really feel let ourselves really stretch and open out. It means it's Friday night. Let's get crazy. Let's allow ourselves to open up for that weekend. Excellent. Let's inhale, bring ourselves back here to Sukhasana. We're going to, like I said, change up the flow just a little bit. Inhale those hands up to the sky. Let's keep them clasped together, holding them in a bit of a Charlie's Angel stance, if you will, or even keeping them in prayer. Let's exhale, sending the hands over to the left side, holding here as we breathe. Doing a bit of a side standing stretch here. You can go ahead and face your face to the sky if you'd like. Sending that energy to the right side to warm us up. Let's inhale, sending ourselves over back to the center. Exhale, dropping the arms over to the right, keeping the hips in the same spot, waking up the side body here. Breathing into that energy. Let's inhale ourselves up to center. Exhale, peeling our hands apart, taking a wide step. Coming into our goddess pose. Excellent. Oh, it's feeling that, waking up those hips, moving out just a little bit, making it an active goddess pose here. Open up those hips. It is Friday. It's Venus Day. It's the day of love. Let's just wake ourselves up. Inhale, straightening those legs, coming into a 5-pointed star. Keeping our shoulders down from our ears. Keeping our feet. Let's face those feet forward. Let's face them. Let's face the right one. Let's face the right one out towards the right. Taking an inhale. Let's exhale as we send our hips over to the left, bringing our hand down either to our ankle or foot or the floor. If you need a block, go ahead and use a block. We're going to exhale ourselves down into triangle pose. Breathing into that pose, into that twist. Beginning the twisting sequence of our body. Sending all the air and energy out through our hands here at the top. Excellent. Let's take an inhale as we begin to turn our body down. Let's turn that left foot forward, framing our foot with our hands, bringing our hips to our knee, dropping ourselves in that pyramid pose. And also here, if this is a little hard to hold, keep your hips squared to the mat. Just go ahead and shorten your stance. Bend your knees if necessary. There's no need to hurt yourself. But keep your hips squared to the floor. Pretend as if you have a marble or a coin or something at the top of your thighs. Taking a deep breath here. Wonderful. Let's place our hands on the mat here. As we take a step back, we're just going to bring our knee down to the mat once more, coming into that low lunge. You don't have to straighten out as much. We're just going to hold it here for a moment. Breathing into this pose. Feeling the digestive tract awakening. It's a gentle flow. I love one. Oh, this is one of my favorite flows. I'm so glad to share this with you this evening. Excellent. Let's inhale, placing those hands down on the mat. Let's curl that foot in the back toe again, straightening up, but this time we're going to turn ourselves facing forward. Exhaling, we're going to come down into our Skandasana, peeling that other foot off the mat here, bringing the hands into prayer pose. Really feeling yourself settle in, or if you'd like, you can keep yourself down, keeping yourself nice and stable. Breathing into that side pose. Oh, this is one of my favorite poses. I absolutely love it. Love this stretch. Excellent. Inhale. Bring ourselves forward, switching our hips over. Let's shorten that stance as we exhale, dropping our tail, sending our feet outward in the same direction as our knees, sending our hands into prayer pose, coming into Malasana. Breathing here. Maybe adjusting as necessary. If you would like to make this an active Malasana, you sure can. opening up those hips, helping the digestion. I can't think, I'm sorry. Let's inhale those hands down to the mat again. And this time, let's send ourselves over to the left side, bringing that right foot straight, peeling those toes off, exhaling into our Skandasana to the left. You can either hold your hands in prayer pose, keep your hands on the mat, holding yourselves in this pose. Doing great. Excellent. Taking an inhale, let's turn ourselves over once more, dropping that knee this time, coming up into that low lunge. Feeling the digestive tract start to awaken, holding ourselves in this pose. Excellent. Let's bring our hands down to the mat, curl those back toes, straightening up, shortening the stance as necessary, coming into that pyramid pose. Bring your head to knee, relaxing, keeping your hips square to the mat. Let's take an inhale. And as we exhale, let's turn that foot out, bringing that left hand to the front of the foot. Exhaling, bringing ourselves open, coming into our triangle pose. Remember, either using a block or your foot or your ankle to keep yourself up, holding into that triangle pose. Turning to face that hand in the sky if you can. Excellent. From our triangle, let's turn that foot inward. Inhale, coming up into that five-pointed star. Whew. Breathing, letting ourselves open up here. Settling through being upside down, allowing the blood to come down to the feet. Take an inhale and with an exhale, bringing ourselves into that goddess pose. See if we can get a little deeper this time. Let's inhale, bringing the hands up, walking the feet together. Exhale, in prayer pose. Wonderful. All right, let's keep it moving right along. See, a digestive stimulation flow does not have to be so active, does not have to hurt so much. It feels good. Whew. Keeping ourselves in prayer. Inhale those hands up once more. Let's exhale, this time sending the hands over to the left as you send the hips to the right. Stretching in the standing banana laterals. Breathing into the pose. Let's inhale the hands up to the sky. Exhale, this time sending ourselves over to the right and the fingers, keeping the hips over to the left here. Breathing deep. Inhale. Let's come on up. Opening the feet, exhaling into that goddess pose. For just a moment, moving. Let's inhale. Coming into our five-pointed star. Keeping the feet facing forward. Let's turn our foot now again to the right side. Exhaling as we drop ourselves, coming into that triangle pose. Turning your face up to the sky if it is within your practice today. Excellent. Inhale, turning those hands down to the mat. Turning that back foot, shortening the stance if necessary. Exhaling, dropping our heads down into our pyramid pose. Bending your knees if needed. Excellent. Let's drop that back leg, that left leg coming into our low lunge here. Keeping our hands either up in the sky or on our hips. Breathing into our pose. Sending all of our air and our energy to our belly. Excellent. Let's bring our hands down to the mat once more as we curl that back toe. Let's send all of our weight over to our right foot as we peel that left foot up from the mat, keeping it straight, coming into that Skandasana on the right. Sending our hands into prayer pose. Breathing into that pose. Ooh. Let's inhale those hands back down to the mat, sending our hips over. Let's drop ourselves down, sending the toes out in the same direction as the knees, coming into Malasana. Breathe into that pose, feeling the digestion opening. Let's inhale the hands down to the mat, sending those hips up once more, opening that pose, exhaling, coming into Skandasana on the left, healing that right foot, either holding your hands in prayer or keeping yourself stable on the mat. Excellent. Let's inhale, turning ourselves to the left, dropping that back knee, coming up into our low lunge, keeping the hips squared to the front. Doing good. Let's inhale those hands down to the mat. Let's straighten that back leg as we come up, dropping our head into our pyramid pose, keeping the hips square to the mat here, shortening the stance if necessary. Excellent. Let's open up our stance here. Turn those back feet open to the front, placing the left hand in front of the foot. Exhale, opening up that body, coming into pyramid pose. Let's inhale as we turn that left foot back forward to match the right as we come into our excellent goddess, our 5-star pose. Breathing in this pose, allowing our energy and our blood to rush back to our feet. Not feeling so lightheaded, doing good. Let's inhale, coming down into a goddess pose, stepping those feet together. Finish here. In prayer pose, excellent, wonderful. Let's meet ourselves back down on the mat here as we start our flow. Beginning to stimulate everything, keeping it moving, coming back down into easy seat. Let's help our right leg here over our left, stacking our knees one upon the other, coming into Guradasana, our eagle legs here. Let's inhale our hands up to the sky. And with an exhale, let's turn ourselves to the right, allowing our twist to gently open up our hip on the right side. Breathe in here. Let's hold here for 4 more breaths. And with each exhale, allow yourself to twist a little bit more deeper. Let's hold here for 2 more breaths. Let's inhale those hands up. And as we start to exhale, let's come to center. Holding center here for just a moment. Let's inhale once more. Exhale, sending our faces and bodies over to the left side, this time dropping our arms as we come into that twist onto the left. Breathe into this pose for 4 more breaths. Inhale the hands up to the sky. As we exhale, come to the center, dropping the arms down. Excellent. Let's unleash our legs here, shaking our legs out. Let's find ourselves coming into our tabletop pose here, making sure that we have our elbows over our wrists and our shoulders over our elbows. We're just going to drop our forearms down to the mat, sending the chest down, exhaling, coming into that puppy pose. Let's keep our hips into the sky as we breathe into puppy pose. Let's hold here for 5 breaths. Use every breath sending into your belly there. Take one more inhale, exhaling. Let's find ourselves coming back up into that tabletop, spreading our fingers as wide as we can, gripping that mat. Let's curl those toes, taking an inhale. Exhale, sending their hips up into the sky. Let's come into that downward dog once more. This time holding the pose, really focusing on keeping your balance, relaxing your head, sending your hips to the sky. Let's hold here for 5 breaths. Let's keep our core tight, allowing the muscles and body to do its job, bending the knees if necessary so we don't We keep ourselves in good, proper alignment. 2 more breaths. And from here, let's take our right hand. Inhale, let's send it over to that left foot, coming into a downward dog twist. And on our next inhale, let's inhale the hand right back to where it was. Let's exhale, dropping or sending that right leg up into the sky. Let's exhale it, bringing it between the hands. Let's drop our left foot. Sneak that right foot out just a little bit further. This time we're going to drop a little bit lower, coming into a lizard pose here. And if you have blocks, if you need them, or if you'd like to use your hands to see how far you can drop, if you can drop a little lower, putting yourself on your block here, we're just going to open up that hip. Breathing, sending our breath into our tummy area and our digestive system, breathing into that pose here. Doing great. Let's inhale, coming up. Let's exhale as we reverse ourselves here, just allowing our back to stretch out just a little bit, coming into that crescent, that full crescent. Dropping that left hand, reversing into that plunge. Oh, feeling good. Let's inhale ourselves forward, placing our hands back on the mat. Let's curl that back foot, sending our right foot back there. This time we're in our downward dog. Let's take our left hand, twisting it over to the right, breathing into that twist. Twisting, feeling real good here, guys. Waking up the body here in the lower region. Let's exhale that hand back to where it was. And let's do the same with the left side. Inhale that left leg up into the sky. Let's exhale, bringing it down to the mat, dropping that knee, sending it out straight. Let's see how far we can get coming into our lizard pose. And no need to rush into it. Go ahead and adjust yourself. Meet me here. Hold here for 5 breaths. And let's inhale, keeping ourselves in that lunge, sending ourselves, really arching our backs into that crescent pose, dropping that right arm this time, coming into a revolved low lunge crescent pose. Let's use my mat a little bit here. Let's inhale, bringing the hands back to the mat. Let's curl that back foot, stretching it up. Sending that foot back to meet. Coming back into our downward dog. Let's walk our feet up to our hands. And I'm just going to turn you guys to face your benefit. Let's go ahead and keeping ourselves in our forward fold here. Let's heel toe our feet out, coming into a wide forward fold. Let's inhale halfway up. Exhale, dropping down, grabbing your ankles, stretching out, relaxing your lower back, letting your head hang just a little bit. And if you'd like, you can even use a block for this to hold yourself up here. Letting that forward fold do its magic. Let's take our left hand, placing it on the mat here in the middle. Let's inhale, twisting that right hand up into the sky, coming into our twisted forward fold. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale that hand down to the mat, switching places with the left. Exhale, sending the left hand up into the sky, twisted forward fold. Excellent. Let's inhale. Exhale, bringing that hand down to the mat. Let's heel toe those feet together. Coming into that forward fold, holding here for just a moment. Swinging your hips back and forth. Excellent. Just a little bit, slowing ourselves down. Let's inhale our hands up to the sky. Exhale, coming into chair. Holding here and breathing. Stepping your feet together if it's within your practice. I think you all know what's coming here. Let's inhale with hands into prayer pose. Taking a deep breath, feeling the belly. Let's turn our torso over to the right, and as we exhale, dropping our arms, coming into a twist. And if it's within your practice, opening up your arms, sending your right hand to the sky, your left hand over as we come into our revolved chair. Chair pose is my best friend. Excellent. Let's inhale, bringing those arms back together if you've expanded. Everyone exhale, coming back into center. Releasing up into the air. Coming to a bit of a back bend. Let's inhale, coming back into that prayer pose. Back into chair. Exhale, twisting our body over to the left. Deepening into that stretch, opening up those arms. Stretching out the arms, letting your body do its magic. Doing a good job. Let's bring those arms back together. Twisting back to the center. Let's inhale, opening up, stretching out our body. Exhale, wide forward fold once more. And let's inhale, dropping ourselves, coming down into a Malasana. Last Malasana of the evening. Let's hold here for a moment, hands in prayer pose. Let's just relax ourselves, bringing ourselves back to the moment. Did a lot of twists today, a lot of static movements meant to charge energy in the body, sending it around to the parts of us that may not be working out so well. Excellent. Let's release, bringing the hands down to the mat once more behind us, finding ourselves coming down gently on the mat. Exhaling. Let's find ourselves here in Guradasana, which is our butterfly pose, cobblers pose. Feet together. Excellent. Oh, I'm going to turn myself to face this way for your benefit here. Excellent. Let's take a deep breath. And then as we exhale, let's send our feet straight, arms up to the sky, rolling slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, come down flat onto the mat. Arms overhead. Go ahead and stretch out the body. Excellent. Let's bring our legs up into the air, crossing them as if we're sitting in a chair. Let's send them over to the right or to the left with an exhale, coming into that supine twist. Keeping your hands overhead if that's within your practice, or bringing your arms down. We're just going to twist our legs in Garuda. We're all about twisting tonight. Excellent. Inhale, bringing our knees up to the sky once more. Exhale, dropping them over to the left side. A little baby crack there. Twisting out our legs. Doing good. Let's inhale those legs up once more to the sky, uncrossing. Let's go into my favorite pose of the week so far. Inhaling, let's send our knees into our armpits, using our peace fingers to grab our toes or our hands to grab the sides of our feet. Let's exhale, bending those knees, coming into our happy baby pose. And don't be surprised if this is a little bit more of a wind relieving pose, if this is your digestion hasn't been working up to snuff. This flow will certainly get it moving again. But go ahead and move your legs around. Stretching is necessary. Did a lot of twists tonight, so it feels nice to let the body kind of move itself around, settling back to where it needs to be. Excellent. Let's take one big inhale as we scrunch ourselves in real tight. Exhale, and let's release our feet and our arms, dropping them down gently to the mat. Let's get ourselves nice and comfortable as we're getting ready for our Savasana. Take a deep breath into the nose and exhaling through the mouth. dropping our hands and our feet open, fluttering our eyes shut, relaxing ourselves. Let's start into our Savasana. Go ahead and keep your breath to its regular cadence, and I'll keep an eye on the time. Excellent job on your class today. I hope you've met your intentions. Before we come up from our Savasana today, I would like to read to you from the Daily Stoic. Today's reading is about cutting back on the costly. It reads, "So, concerning the things we pursue and for which we vigorously exert ourselves, we owe this consideration. Either there is nothing useful in them, or most aren't useful. Some of them are superfluous, while others aren't worth that much. But we don't discern this and see them as free when they cost us dearly." Seneca. Of Seneca's many letters, this is probably one of the most important and one of the least understood. He's making a point that goes unheard in a society of ever bigger houses and ever more possessions, that there is a hidden cost to all that accumulating, and the sooner we're aware of it, the better. Remember, even what we get for free has a cost, if only in what we pay to store it, in our garages and in our minds. As you walk past your possessions today, ask yourself, do I need this? Is it superfluous? What is this actually worth? What is it costing me? You might be surprised by the answers and how much we've been paying without even knowing it. And with that, I invite you to bring a little bit of movement into your body by wiggling those toes and fingers, stretching your body, your arms and legs out, and moving around as you need to bring movement back into your limbs. And as you can, find your way into our easy seat, Sukhasana, crisscross your applesauce, feeling good. Once you're sitting on the mat, let's inhale those hands up to the sky. Exhaling, bringing your hands down into prayer pose. And if you haven't already, please flutter your eyes open. Thank you once again for joining me in the Asana Sana Yoga studio for our free flow Friday class. I hope you found this digestive stimulation flow class stimulating and you had a good time using your body this evening in ways that maybe you thought you might not have known how. And as always, I'd like to send you out by saying, be the light that you wish to see in the world. See the light that you wish to see in the world. You guys did an awesome, awesome job tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. I'll see you all next week, same time, same channel. Bye.